I'm not understanding. Did you ask me a question or?
Yeah, would you allow? Why are you? When are you going to grow up and become a serious woman?
I feel like I'm being serious. I'm taking my life seriously.
But you say during your selfish years.
Yeah, I think we all have. When you're in a relationship, you really can't be selfish because you are constantly having to think about your partner. So at this current moment in my life, I want to be selfish. I want to worry about me and not have to think about making somebody else happy. You know what I'm
And why
saying?
make a baby?
Why did I make a baby? One, I was young. Two,
You were 20. You were 24.
yeah.
Weren't you?
So
You weren't young.
I mean, technically, I
Youngest
think
14. Man, youngest 14.
I
That's
was engaged, so that was my main reason to do
it
it.
doesn't count for me. So don't get combative. Don't get fussy, because you say you want to be selfish, and I'm just sitting here listening. I'm like, you're a mother.
Yeah, selfish for my daughter.
No,
Reason
you haven't said for a daughter. You
for the both.
said no, you don't, man. Man, I hear very well. I hear very well. And you only brought your daughter up when I called it out.
It's for both of us.
Of course it is. So how's doing dicks gonna help your daughter?
Doing dicks. Who said who's doing dicks?
Being
Who you,
selfish,
who
doing your
you,
own right. I mean,
that that's
what are you doing
that,
in your single years? What are you doing in your single years is going to help you become a wife?
work on myself. Work on what my priorities, my goals, my
My,
whatever.
my, 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 my. Johnny Gill ass. My, me. Who listen to this selfishness? A
Yeah,
wife?
I'm proud. I'm proud. If you want to say I'm being selfish, okay, I'm finally being selfish. I was.
Good. Die alone. You can be proud and die alone. That's cool, man. We're
Oh,
honestly,
not.
I'm more happy with women like you who are loud and proud, so we can identify you, so guys can just learn to just say congratulate you, live in your truth and your power.
I will
So
not die. I will guarantee you that.
of course not. Of course not. You're all gonna get married. High value men and have solid old children and travel and drive Mercedes and have personal chefs and all this other stuff. Of course, that's all gonna happen. Mm-hmm. That's what you've been told. That's why, and I'll be honest, that's why at 30 years old, you have such a defiant attitude. Your attitude's kind of trash regarding relationships.
Okay.
Relationships, man. Relationships. I didn't say period. It's just kind of trash regarding relationships. Because apparently to you, relationships hinder you from being selfish. But I've got news for you. An average man provides a woman options. A man of value provides a woman freedom. You can't be selfish as a single mama. You got to do what you got to do.
Okay. That's a fact.
I know. So why you'd rather be? I don't. We have deified being a single mother when that shit is hard.
That's exactly why I have to be selfish because I don't have time to
No,
have that.
you don't have to. Being selfish doesn't get you a man. Doesn't get you a husband.
Looking for a man right now. I think I'm content.
I want you to understand. See, this is what I mean. So you are prepared. Well, that's fine. That's why I like to do these things because they think it's a game.
Here, what's that?
Did you go to college? Did you go to
Yes,
college?
I actually went to.
What, you're breaking. What's your degree in?
I didn't graduate college.
Oh, okay. What was your profession?
I was in school for nursing.
What is your profession?
I'm in the airline industry.
So you're a flight attendant.
Yes. And next,
You're a sky waitress. Shout out to the sky waitresses. Not really not a good profession for a single mother. But see, I want you guys to understand that she fits in that kind of creative area, and you find a lot of women who are hairstylists and flight attendants because they can fly places but you say you're gonna do it for 2 more years and then you're gonna decide to find a husband or decide to be in a relationship. Do you want any more kids one day?
Oh yeah, I definitely want.
How many more?
Probably like two more.
I'm assuming you want to have kids in the context of a marriage, or do you care?
Yeah, yeah, that's exactly what I wanted to wait for. So,
Okay. So when you're married and pregnant with the next child, do you want to have to work to pay significant bills?
no.
Okay. Then after you have your 2 other kids and your 1 kid, what percentage of the overall family financial load do you want to have to be responsible for an entire lifetime? Meaning if you don't provide it's not there.
I feel like it will be like old style parenting, like still maybe like the groceries or it's like stuff like
Or in
that.
other words, less than 10%,
Correct.
less than 5%, the groceries. The groceries are, so you really don't want to have, I'm not judging, man, but groceries for you don't really want to have to provide any real money. That's fine, 5-10%.
Oh, I saw my parents do it. The care of mostly everything, whatever. Even though she made a decent amount of money, she made over 6 figures. All she did was
Your mother married to your father?
Yes.
Are they still married?
Yeah.
Fair use. Fair use.
Yes.
Okay, you're not your mom. You're an independent modern woman, and you want to be a housewife.
Yes.
Ain't gonna happen. Because the kind of men that make the kind of money to be able to afford 3 kids and a lifestyle, $200,000 ain't gonna put up with this attitude. I'm not gonna put up a modern woman. It's just not going to put up. What I'm saying is the kind of men that can afford a family of 3 in a middle class, upper middle class lifestyle aren't putting up with modern women. They want traditional feminine women who they're not selfish. They are selfless. They put themselves last.
But I feel like
the man first and their family second.
That was me for about 8 years. So
it doesn't matter. They want a woman that's like that in all things at all times. They don't want a woman who goes through the selfish phase. Matter of fact, when they find a woman who are like you, they say she's a chameleon and they'll hit the skins and they'll leave. They don't marry her. They run a background check. And as soon as they find an independent streak, you're not in the wife category. We're talking about men who you're talking about you don't have to pay for groceries. So a man's gonna have to make well over 6 figures to have $1.5 million in kids.
Open up a channel for
and you can have, you got this little smirk like, it's not a game. I'm doing this so other women can hear. How crazy this sounds.
So we can show how much money we're making?
I'm not saying.
You're saying.
No, there's nothing else to be said. You said pretty up. You and your selfish phase. And there's nothing out there that you're doing that's going to be of value to a husband.
I think it is. Being selfish will prepare me in order with that right man. I will be in the.
This reminds me of Oprah Winfrey. She had like a book of the month club thing going on, and one of these people that she was having the book of was just like, reward yourself for being selfish, for caring about just yourself. Reward yourself. It just reminds me of that. Her using selfishness, like, yeah, I finally can just only care about me and myself. I remember that rhetoric from back in the 2000s. I remember that.
In order to give him like 100%. At this moment, I cannot give no man, not even 50% of me right now, because I'm not even thinking about a man. You know what I'm saying? So
then why are you on the show?
In all honesty,
you're not thinking about
when
a
it
man?
comes down to, like, let's say if a year or 2 years from now, when I'm in the right state of mind, in order to be able to have a relationship with no walls and whatnot, then I'll be able to give myself like that,
Okay, so let me ask you two questions. If a man who can meet your standards,
Uh-huh.
he can meet a whole lot of other women's standards.
Uh-huh.
Right? Why would he pick you,
Yeah.
a woman who has to go on this selfish journey and all sorts of stuff? Why would he not pick a woman who's already in her feminine and not wavering, did not have to go through anything? She's just ready to go.
Okay, he can pick the other.
No, listen, and no child.
Badly, he can pick the.
Listen, I think you need to understand, the kind of men you're looking for are very rare. Women aren't rare. Cute isn't rare. What you have to offer the market, which is men, is in abundance. So the person who is rare has to pick. He can only pick one wife. Why would he pick a wife that was in this position when he can pick a woman who just has her mind right from the jump?
Okay, so when I'm thinking about my future husband, I'm thinking he's destined for me. So
Yeah.
I'm not thinking,
Where'd you get that belief at? Where'd you get that belief from?
Where did I get that belief? I believe in, what is it? Law of attraction. I don't know. I just believe that my husband is my husband. Right?
This is the Oprah crap. The law of attraction, Oprah Winfrey manifestation of things, putting it out there in the universe, being selfish, not caring about anyone other than yourself, stop giving so much of you rhetoric that I remember big time when I was coming up. I remember that stuff when everyone was watching Oprah.
So if I have that mentality, okay, this man is gonna be my husband. This man is gonna be my husband. No, my husband will find me.
How many men are
My husband will find me.
How many men? I've been in one serious relationship, so I don't know.
I mean, I'm just asking because you mentioned destiny. So, is there only one man that's destined for you?
Honestly, yeah.
Okay. And if that's the case, why do you have another man's child?
No, the girl at the
Because
hockey
at one point in
jersey.
time, one man was.
No. Think about what you just said. If you're his, then you should. If he's yours, then you should be his. And if that's the case, you shouldn't have another man's child.
So
Just think about the logic. Just think. Don't get defensive. Just think about the logic. If you guys are destined to be with one another, that means you should be only for him. That means your womb should only be for him.
That's correct, and that was my mistake for having. I can't say my.
Or there is no such thing as somebody that's destined to be with you. It's a choice. That is Disney fantasy that's been marketed to the women in the West to sell you Valentine's Day cards and engagement. This is a new creation. And my question to you is, if your mother and father were married, and they're still married, did they not model what a healthy, functioning marital relationship was to look like?
I mean, I don't think that marriage is perfect, but they did definitely model what marriage is,
So do you want to have what they had?
I would say, yeah.
So so if you were to look in the public, what would be your relationship ideal role model? Your relationship ideal model? What couple do you say that's who you want to be?
Honestly, I would say a man like Russell Wilson. So,
What?
And if I ask you there's a.
I mean, what's wrong with women thinking that this Russell Wilson person is real?
Because they are being super duper pushed right now. So it's like, they are the couple goals that's being pushed this pandemic.
Russell Wilson is a millionaire athlete
It's their time.
with an S curl. I'm not going faster than this, sir. Sorry. No,
Mhm.
don't honk at me.
No. Yeah.
Yo, I can't believe women think that that's like a real thing. That's like,
And Sierra's
that's
a woman
like
with a
lottery.
child who, found
Single
Prince
mother
charming.
with baby daddy drama.
Mhm.
So all these women with the baby daddy, single mamas, they all, well, these people want to have a good time.
Okay. Mhm. They look nice. Oh, she looks nice.
Yeah, the one did. Only one out of the group.
But yeah.
It's crazy. They really want this Russell Wilson guy. Like, this is Sierra hitting like super. Like, we don't even know the mental damage that happened to him that had him have to rescue this woman. You know? So like, there's something that happened, this trauma that happened to this man, that he has this deep need to rescue women or this woman. And do you really want that? You know, Sierra, you don't know what she got to deal with. You know what I mean? She's dealing with a very damaged person who's, got probably some severe fucking issues. And, she can't tell nobody about that. These women don't even know how much work she has to put in just to keep probably his mind and his body sane.
Well, he's promoted as a devout Christian, so huge Christian background, Christian raising in the
Yeah,
church.
but that's not, that's just the
That's
the beard. The religion is just that I don't think that's what it is. I think it's trauma, and this dude want to rescue this woman, and he did everything he could just play that role, and in return, it looks good, and all these single mother women want to have this man. But I'm saying Sierra's probably dealing with a straight up nutcase. Sierra got a lot of work on her hands. She ain't getting away scot-free. How fast these guys are going now in these little things. Before you weren't allowed to get a battery or engine, but now they're
not even pedaling.
Yeah, they're not even pedaling. They figured out some way around that law. But I remember the law was you had to pedal.
Now he pedaling.
Yeah, because they probably know. Yeah, you don't want to be watched.
Your black femininity ideal.
Beta! Does that say butterflies? Butterflies?
Public figure.
Who's my ideal public figure?
Butterflies?
I honestly would say Beyonce.
Femininity.
Butter.
Beyonce?
And then fly.
Buttered and flies.
Makes sense. Makes sense. It makes sense because the only way your world will work is if you're Sierra. And you wanted Russell Wilson. The thing is, this has been invaluable because there's so many women like you who just think, well, how can I say this? You can believe what you want. You can live in your truth. But here's the thing. The likelihood of you getting Sierra's prayer, you have a better chance of hitting the lottery, especially for a provider male. And the man that would be better suited for you, he's probably better off without you. And I mean this way because you're selfish. And wife doesn't have a selfish streak. Are you an only child?
No.
Okay. So
A wife doesn't have a selfish.
and I don't mean any insult by this, but seriously, have you ever had any therapy?
No.
Have you ever considered it?
Oh yeah, I think I have just recently.
I think you should look into it. I think you should look into it because what you're saying, ma'am, may feel like it's protecting you, but it's very unhealthy. Very unhealthy. Relationships are life is about people. When I know you're on Instagram, you got to protect your ego and say certain things that you want to maintain.
The chat room goes away.
You can't live this way. Not especially get the outcomes you're talking about, because there's not one person that's destined for you. You choose somebody. Life ain't about love. Marriage ain't about love. It's about an agreement. And my question is, do you have what it takes to go 30? Do you have what it takes to go 40 years with somebody?
Compromise.
It's about an agreement. It's a contract. It's a business contract. Marriage ain't about love and those butterflies in your stomach and that time when the hairs in the back of your neck stand up when that person walks in the room. That's not what marriage is about. Marriage is an agreement.
Yeah, if I'm married, yeah, of course, you know. But if I'm not, you know, just like my life situation, 8 years down the road for nothing. You know what I'm saying? So.
But you could have married that
Require
person.
nothing. You didn't
I
require
don't have
nothing.
time to.
You could have married that person.
No, some men are selfish. So.
Well, you're a selfish woman. That would have been perfect.
Oh. I plead the fifth on this one.
Right. Don't blame it on the men. You picked him.
Exactly, for 8 years.
We are what we attract.
You didn't require marriage.
So last questions. All right, because let's just say your right person doesn't show up for whatever reason. What does life look like at 55 years old socially for you if you're unmarried?
If I'm unmarried, I hope to have friends who are also, and just live life, enjoy life for what it is.
Okay. What state do you live in?
Washington, D.C.
Okay. Will you have your $2.2 million you'll need to retire on at age 65 to live from 65 to 85 as a flight attendant?
I'm hoping to do more than that, but yeah.
Okay.
So good.
Just with 6, 8s, 9s, and some 10s. Especially when you start talking about high-end luxury realty. But I've seen so many on Instagram, Atlanta Realtor. I'm like, what is this like every day? But then you look at it, it's like, are you a realtor or are you an IG model? Oh, it's the same thing. See, you look at a realtor's page, and if she doesn't have Coldwell Banker or something, if she's not in her little business suit with the business card, usually she got some booty picture out, they're taking all kind of photos. They're realtors to try to catch, because if you're a realtor and somebody like myself come along here, I'm looking for a little spot over in Buckhead or whatever, they love to go house hunting, they love to walk properties, they love to just dream, and they're thinking that one day, Mr. Keith Henry's gonna come along and say he wants that $1.8 million little hideaway that's da-da-da-da-da-da, and then he and I would just fall madly in love, and we'll make little Cosby kids and da-da-da-da-da. I tell you, the realtors are generally pretty. Why? Who want to buy a house in Shirley? I mean, sorry, Shirley. Who want to buy a house from Big Shirley? Ain't nobody buying a house in Karen, but they will buy it from a Lexus. Oh, yes. Go on Instagram and you will see their realtor asses out there. I'm like, damn, would you put this picture up on your company's website? No. I mean, they look almost like they're gonna be in I'm just thinking of the hundreds of these women I've seen. They're in Miami, they're in Beverly Hills, they're in New York City, they're in Atlanta, they're in Chicago, they're in Houston, and they're in Dallas. But Atlanta takes the cake for black female realtors. Hell of the money. to all of y'all, realtor in particular, because the realtor, I would put the realtor almost like if we were doing Sex in the City, the realtor would almost be a Charlotte kind of girl. She has the look, and she has a lot of the mind. She has a lot of the core traits to be a good girlfriend and wife. The problem is that is she willing to give up? Is she willing to or is she still trying to hold out for somebody who makes $10,000 annually or more? Why? Because they see these women are realtors. They work at luxury dealerships like Mercedes dealerships, foreign dealerships. So yeah, if you're talking about 6-figure vehicles and all that, but more of them tend to be realtors. But the thing is, ladies, the men are very small. Very, very rarely is a single man going to look. And a lot of the ladies will tell you, well, a lot of times the man is a single man looking, they may be about to get a divorce or something. But I honestly think you can find a lot of executive wives and wives from the realtor group. Let's talk about it. Are you a realtor? A realtor is a class. Again, you're around high value men lifestyle. They tend to live in Atlanta. They live in, Buckhead, Midtown. Some of them actually bought homes, but they moved back into the city.
Fair use. Fair use.
They're always up at, little sushi spots. Why? Because it's part of what they do as a realtor is have a social life and a network to sell their listings to these people. Makes sense.
T-shirts right there.
Attract.
By the way, there's a lot of technical difficulty because this is Kevin Samuels critiquing one of his Instagram lives. He was critiquing an Instagram live, and that was the one where the woman was proud to be selfish, but yet she still had a child, and doesn't want a man because she can't give herself 100% to a man. So, but yet she's still calling in a show about dating. Like, stop it. We figured out that she desperately needs therapy.
There are also flight attendants.
Somebody's about to get blocked.
There are also flight attendants and event planners. Flight attendants and event planners. Yeah, buddy. Flight attendants and event planners. Let's see that one. All right, let's close that window.
And I think there's a lot of truth to this.
How are you hoping to do that on the flight
To
attendant side?
these real estate
I don't plan
women.
to just stay here, so
They-
I have
they
my
all
own
look like-
plans and agenda. So
What profession do
they
you
all look
plan
like-
on? What profession
they
do
all
you
look like
plan on
sluts.
pursuing that's going to give you that kind of income and investment?
They got that high-pitched voice.
that's my personal.
No, man. You can just tell us. You don't have to give us the exact plan. Just ask just the profession.
Honesty, a real estate plan. So, it's not just me, but yeah. You can laugh all you want, but that's
Oh my God! Damn it!
Kevin, god damn it.
okay. Next.
I'm laughing.
I don't need a
because
cookbook.
Have you watched this since the beginning?
It's funny
Have you
how
watched this since the beginning? Man, stop. Have you been watching this since the beginning?
She belongs to the streets.
say here and there.
Oh, God damn it.
Here it is.
Execute Order 66.
I told you, The realtor, here she is. Extrovert, attention seeking,
You couldn't make this stuff up.
I don't see what's
Pre-
so,
hopeful, optimistic.
I really don't see
Always
what's,
about my value.
Dewy around the eyes, soft at the fingertips.
I'm missing the joke, so please fill me in.
You watch the replay. Watch the replay. I talked about the 7 or 8 archetypes of women, and today we're talking about the realtor. And I went down and said, who the realtor is, how she thinks, how she moves. Man, you nailed it to a T.
Have you checked your beat
You nailed it to a goddamn T.
lately?
Oh,
And I
yeah.
see you every day.
Oh, you're funny.
No, you're common.
You the same, boo boo. You ain't unique.
You're not special.
You're not special. You're cute.
You're common.
You're an attractive woman who wants to be a realtor, so you can get around high value
All
men,
right, let's
so
get
that
on
they
into
can
this.
sweep you off your feet and take you
What's
out of this.
going on? What's going on? What is going on?
It reminds me of that chick, Lucille Ball from I Love Lucy, and she just swore that someone was gonna like a movie producer or a music producer or acting, modeling, somebody was gonna see her and just have to put her in something. You know, mind you, she had a husband who was like, the Mambo King, he was doing all his performances, and she just felt that he never saw her true talents. And that some random stranger was gonna see her and just have to make her a star. And I remember when I was a little kid watching these shows, and she was sitting in a park bench one day, and she would just had her legs crossed, and she just knew somebody was gonna walk by and just have to make her a model, because she was just so this or whatever have you. And I'm just like, this is a real thing for women. Women really, even though they do promote that story, they always promote it in the news, how some unknown person just got like picked up on their way. Like, remember they used to say that about Mary J. Blige? How Mary J. Blige like did a video for Great Adventure and she became a star, and my boy who was in the music business was like, what? She was out there trying to get it popping for a long time. She ain't no, just overnight success, Anyway, let me put
Oh, man. Nieces and nephews, kinfolks and cousins. There's a time to give up on the Godfather fantasy. Is back in the house, and the house is packed. You guys like the new intro? Different way of doing things. Oh, my.
to the right is Melba's
You guys dig that?
Soul Food Restaurant. To the right, where all these lights
you
are
guys
shining.
dig that? The new kind of intro. It's in TV. It's called what is it called? A cold open, when you just jump immediately into it. I'm trying to we're cutting the music down to get more right into the program. And this is what I want you guys to say. Welcome. What's going on? What's going on? Your Godfather's back. Candle of the evening. Le Labo Cedra 11. Nice, smoky, Baroque fragrance. Fragrance of the day. 2 from Killian. Gentlemen. Woo-hoo. Let me tell you. This one right here, Our Vert. This, you gotta wait for this. About 20 minutes into it, this becomes a beautiful fragrance. But this one right here, Gentlemen, Apple Brandy on the Rocks. Buy it. Just buy it. Buy it, trust your Godfather. The original Apple Brandy was a boutique exclusive. And the problem with it is it was so potent that if the cops pulled you over, they would think you might be drunk. But we have solved that problem with this last one. So yeah, go ahead and just buy this one. Apple Brandy on the Rocks. All right. Now, the question is, are modern women proud to be selfish?
Yes.
Well, you saw from the entry that is just one of hundreds, thousands of women I have talked to, I have met, and I have discussed. So shout out to that young lady. She was pleasant.
Okay.
And you guys got to understand one thing, that whether we like it or not, this is what a lot of women have been taught to believe, that they can just be selfish
That's
and do what they want, and
that's
then
his,
all of a sudden,
equalizer.
blah, blah, blah. That's why I'm making these archetypes. The marketer and the realtor are two very dangerous archetypes because one requires college. Understand something, the realtor mindset doesn't require college. You can go to college, and those are two different people. When I was describing the realtor on the lead-in, I was describing one version of the realtor. That's the college realtor. She went to UGA, she went to Spelman, she went to school, she has a bachelor's, she pledged a sorority. She's a hell of a lot easier to deal with. That second one, she's a college dropout. She's a college dropout, and by definition, you better run. Run, bitch! You better run. She's a college dropout, went to junior college, typically is a single mother, probably came from, very flighty. So understand, there are two different kind of realtors. So as I make these breakdowns and these archetypes, I'm going to start showing you guys photographs and things like that and videos of these people. And then I'm also going to make it to where this makes sense, folks. Look, I'm not trying to make it hard on you ladies, but what I'm trying to let you understand is you're not special like y'all think y'all are. Like I told her, a man of value is rare. The kind of shit that these ladies are on, very common. Ain't nothing special about a woman saying, I'm proud to I'm living my life, my truth, my power. And I'm gonna tell you something else. These realtor types, tend to be some of the most delusional, some of the most selfish ones around. Why? Issues, emotional damage. Emotional damage. All right, so.
Becky's in Harlem.
At midnight, alone.
Becky's in Harlem at midnight alone. He makes a good point about how this is an uneducated woman who doesn't require college to show off apartments to high value men that she's trying to get. And that mentality, this guy's lights are so bright. I don't know what, dude, if you making it left, right, straight, what you doing?
Food just got back. Thank gosh. So let's put this down here while it's doing this up. So why are these women some of the most dangerous? Because just leave it up there. Some of the most dangerous because they believe that simply believing on a star, manifesting and this and all that, they can get what they want. That's why I asked that woman. People talked about divinity and the one for me. Gentlemen, don't argue with them. Don't argue with them. Let it go. Let it go. You gotta let that stuff go. Because what will happen if you don't? They will frustrate you. They will frustrate you to no end. Because no one wants to tell someone to give up on their hopes or their dreams. But it's gonna be required for you to have some sanity. And one of the things that I told her that I think was most apropos is that wives aren't selfish. Wives aren't selfish. And when I asked her if there's one man that was just destined for you, then why do you have another man's child?
Long hair,
And what did she say?
long dreads.
Uh-oh.
Not dreads, but
Can't say anything about that one
looks like a color.
because it's bullshit. There is no true love. There is no destiny. What does it look like a man saying you're destined to be with one man, yet you come with another man's child?
Tyler, Kevin.
I want you guys to understand that if you watch that entire, last night was interesting on Instagram, but they're not uncommon. And they really, and modern women, far too many modern women believe that there is nothing that they can accomplish. That's why I said this overly optimistic side of point of view. But my question is to the women out there. I wanted to ask the question, is it modern women? But what I find more interesting is it's not just modern women, it's single mothers. How are so many single mothers selfish? How are so many mothers selfish today? I don't understand. How can you be selfish and a mother? How can you be selfish and a mother then expect to be somebody's wife?
Selfish and
Am I
a mother.
missing something here, guys? Ladies, am I missing something?
Yo, I'm
Because
having a
to me,
flashback of
why
a
would a
conversation we
man
had 100 years
pick
ago.
a woman who is in a selfish phase? Why would a man choose a woman who puts herself above her kid?
That's impossible.
This is why we ask you ladies a question. Do y'all really believe this stuff that y'all are saying? And I don't think they really believe it. I think a lot of these ladies just, you got nothing else. It's like, well, I gotta say this because if I don't, I'm kind of screwed. What was the lead off yesterday was me asking women, at what point is it time to give up on the dream? Give up on the dream, give up on the fantasy. I'm gonna say this right now. Y'all need to get these likes up or the chat is gonna get you down. We're gonna open a call line. Oh, that's another thing. I'm gonna open the call line sooner because you cannot be selfish in a wife. And she got offended when I asked her about her selfish phase. When I said, we're out here, quote unquote, doing D's, and she got offended. Well,
yeah, like
to all you ladies,
she's
what are
celibate
you
or something.
gaining out here in this dating market that's going to be of value to the kind of man you say you want?
Hey.
Recording.
Or is it the truth of the matter is you just don't give a shit? You just don't give a shit, and you think that the men are just going to have to accept you any old kind of way with any old thing. Honestly, gentlemen, I think that's more or less the truth. I think that women believe that I think that many women believe that JJ is so good that a guy will just accept it.
No walls.
They believe their own hype so much.
They don't even practice. No Kegels or nothing.
Single.
Thinking they got something special. No, you don't.
Women.
You regular.
/ mothers.
Huh?
Average at best.
Average at best. Where's the walls at?
Too selfish.
Who tore down the sheetrock?
Ladies only. Because I want to understand, the men want to understand, ladies.
Is on, right?
The men want to understand one thing.
Yeah, turn it on real quick.
What's the value in you being somebody's mama?
Back with the StreamYard.
What's the value in you being selfish?
Monster.
What's the
Pussy
value in you
monster.
being a selfish single mother? How, if a man sees that you are putting yourself above a child, what does that have? What chance does he have? if you're above your child, what the French toast do you think you are telling us we are to you? Let's get it.
Go ahead, put it up. Let me hear it.
That's kind of cool. So man, can you H. Michael Rappaport. Hey guys, take your name to the rap report because you a snitch like that H. Michael Rappaport.
Oh no, I don't want to hear that. I don't want to hear a bunch of men arguing back and forth and dissing each other. I don't do that. If they do that too much at the barbershop, I don't go back.
I'm sorry.
I'm funny style like that. Clark S, what's up? How are you? T Rilla, yo. You know, like in Alice in Wonderland. Brandon, salute. Everybody who jumped in and jumped off and all that kind of stuff, you are appreciated. We're listening to Kevin Samuels over here talk about these selfish women that are proud to be selfish. The nerve of these selfish women. He plays this kind of music when there's not enough people hitting the like button. He needs the engagement at least minimum 50%. So I ain't mad at him. He could not show like you won't believe. Even though we did just hear he had somebody bring in some food and he told him to put the food down right there. So he might be, getting a little bite real quick, which I've never seen him do. So it's not like Hotep Jesus. Oh my goodness. Hotep Jesus is busting down collard greens, rice, potatoes, plantains, all kind of food. He's just he'll eat for like 25, 30 minutes. Now I'm like, wow. You don't even talk. And talk. And he's washing it down with two different style looking drinks. I'm like, okay, Hotep Jesus. I hear that.
Today in this selfishness.
Hotep eating good.
Why are women so damn selfish today?
Because of their mothers.
I mean, it would be one thing if it was
their mothers raised them to be selfish.
Just the men. Even the men could be like, all right, you're selfish.
You know Uncle Jose, right?
Mm-hmm.
He was telling me about one of his godchildren and how they did something. And I was like, how does that make you feel? And he said, oh, I raised them to be like that. I want them to be like that because it was something to do with some sort of money. And he wanted to be paid. Whatever the case was, Uncle Jose was like so super proud of this selfish behavior because he said he raised him to be like that. I was like, oh, I hear that.
Selfish when it comes to men, but damn, you selfish when it comes to your own kids. Even when it comes to your own children. Do y'all see that one video of the woman and her sons? Do y'all not look at TikTok and you got these women twerking? I get sent to me every day of women in twerking and doing all kind of sexually suggestive stuff. And then pop their kid on me.
Oh, and their kids pop out. Yeah, the kids.
Then pops the kids. It's like, well, what? You got a video of a woman. Her son is asking for her and she's getting smashed. I mean, gentlemen, I know I'm not gonna lie. I've been that dude before. Kid's supposed to be asleep, and you in there, and next thing you know, there is nothing worse than when a little kid reaches his hand under the door frame and she tells him to go to bed. Go back to bed. We didn't see each other after that. I'm like, my God, ladies, how is going to help you in a relationship? That is what the men are asking. Dead ass, dead ass, dead ass. How is being selfish helping you? I think that modern women, and I'm not going to say modern people, I'm going to say women. Men today are far more giving than previous generations of men.
Absolutely.
You know, I have seen some straight up dudes, just straight up, I mean, just the one do almost anything halfway decent to him, he'll accept it.
Yes. But that's what TV has promoted.
Ladies, if you want to be selfish, toxic. What do y'all think?
Absolutely.
Gentlemen, what do you think? Do you think it is okay to be, do you think modern women's selfishness has become toxic?
Facts. This is a cool little view right here.
I mean, it's one thing
Bridge,
to, especially for the single mothers.
and that's the Amsterdam.
It's one thing that you made a mistake when you were younger. Hey, okay, you were in a team, but you can't. Y'all got to stop this. I was young. If you're over 23, if you're over 21, you wasn't young. You're a legal adult.
Facts.
But then when women tend to become selfish, it's in a rebellious. It's usually a lashing out at the dude that broke their heart. It's like, all right, well, are you selfish because you in your selfish phase?
Like look at us now. We don't lend anybody any money anymore. We don't. Somebody might say we're more selfish now than we ever been. I would argue that it's not selfishness that we're being. We finally understand money. That doesn't make us selfish, you know, and we're not going to just frivolously spend or lend, and we're not going to throw our chest up and say we're selfish now. Now it's about us, and we're not going to give to anybody because no. You know, we can still give to charities. We can still give, you know, in other ways. But, you know, I would think that someone might say that it's a selfishness the way we are now in the last 2 years.
Yeah, no.
But it's not. Yeah, I just think that just popped in my head.
You really just damaged. Let's go, Angie.
Angie.
Angela, go ahead and unmute yourself.
She's like, they don't call me
Hello.
Angie, they call me Gigi.
Hello.
Hey, how's it going? I feel like this is such a great topic.
How are you? Good. How old are you?
I'm 28. I'm married.
Okay. So, let me bring. So, what's going on today, Brittany? I see you. I'm gonna speak to Angie for a sec. All right. What's going on today? Are modern women proud to? Why are modern women proud to be selfish?
My husband, he's dealing with a very selfish baby mama. He's worked very hard, so
Okay.
I think it's
What about women in general? Okay. So, personal situation, but I'm asking a broader question.
okay.
When you see women today, especially women with children, I often see. Do you think modern women or modern single women or modern single mothers are selfish, especially in regard to how they treat their kids?
Yes.
Hey, I don't expect a woman to walk around in a potato sack. When we see you and your hair is dyed, your hair is laid, your nails is great, and you feeding your kids come on, ladies. And next week we're gonna focus on single mothers, because it amazes me that women honestly have been taught to believe that it's fine. And this shit is hard to be a single mother. Hey, Brittany, you done mute yourself. Being a single mother is hard. Hello, how are you?
Good. I would ask not to be on camera. I'm sorry.
Okay, that's fine. How old are you?
I am 20. I'm about to be 27 in April.
Are you single or are you married?
I am single.
All right, so what do you got? Why are my women so proud to be selfish?
I'm going to piggyback off of Angela's response. I really do feel like it has to do with not getting the therapy, the help, maybe for past relationships, past marriages, picking the wrong man, and also learning about dating with intention from you, Mr. Samuels. A lot of women probably haven't learned to do that. And so just picking the wrong man and having those things done to them, it probably just messed them up mentally.
Okay.
This women are crazy, because this is everything she said is just average, everyday, regular Monday, Tuesday shit. Why are women so selfish? Because today's Monday?
Yeah.
Because they had to live life?
They wanna.
A man gets his heart broken, he's still got to get up and go to work. He can't blame that. I'm not saying that men aren't angry about women and, come across this way. I'm just saying, like,
That excuse doesn't work for men.
yeah, that excuse doesn't work for men. Thank you, baby. Big Elvis the Chef. I'm here with LJ. You want to say hi? You are appreciated for checking out this little channel on YouTube. Forget about it. If you are so inclined to get any value out of this, hit the Cash App. That's $ Elvis Rosenberg. We're going to say goodbye now. We'll do this again sooner than later. Love you. Boom.